There it is, the Volkswagen Golf R. Now, you and I know what it is, but non-car people, well, they don't.
All most people see is a sensible small family hatchback. A ubiquitous runaround. Something driven by people who don't want to rock the boat. A vehicle favoured by shy retiring types. It's just a Golf, right?
Well, no, actually, this is a performance car with a 2-litre turbocharged engine with 300 horsepower, which can get to 60 miles an hour faster than many so-called sports cars and corner better than them as well, because it has a clever all-wheel drive system. So there.
Yet it can still do all the stuff a normal Golf can. There's a practical boot, plenty of space in the back seats, useful cubbies for your speeding fines, and an infotainment system which is easier to use and is available with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
But then there are the subtle changes, such as beefier bumpers, which have these large vents there to feed air into that high-performance engine. Plus, you have this silver bar which runs through the grille and into the headlamps. Then at the sides, you've got some large alloy wheels and some discreet side skirts. They're not too showy, neither is this rear spoiler, but down here you have what is, well, seems obligatory these days on a hot hatch, a rear diffuser with quad tailpipes.
Yet despite all this, the Golf R never looks crass like some other hot hatches do. It's all tastefully done, and it's the same inside. There's just a few flashes here and there which let you know this R is just a little bit special, and of course those body-hugging sport seats.
And you really do need these seats, because you can fling this car through a set of bends far faster than you ever thought possible in a Golf. I mean, it's quite obscene. The steering helps, right, because it's dead sharp, it's got exactly where you want it to go. But obviously the big difference to how fast you can go is all down to that all-wheel drive system. So for most of the time, the car actually runs like a front-wheel drive car, and it feels like a front-wheel drive car to drive. But then when you go into a corner, the car's electronic brain knows exactly what's going on, and even before the front wheels start to struggle for traction, it can send power to the rears to help, well, almost act like a hand on your back, easing you around the corner. And that means you can get the power sooner and harder when you're coming out of a turn than you can in Volkswagen's own Golf GTI, which is front-wheel drive.
The R's 2-litre turbocharged engine also produces 70 horsepower more than the GTI's. As a result, its 0 to 62 time takes just 5.1 seconds.
Now, the excellent traction makes this car really easy to launch. Okay, so my cameraman's not going to like this because he's holding the camera by hand, and what I'm about to do is going to make his camera move about quite a bit. So here's 0 miles an hour. And that's 60. And I better brake because that's the speed limit as well. Wow, yeah. And the brakes are pretty good too.
Now, if that wasn't fast enough for you, the automatic version has launch control, which cuts the 0 to 62 time by 0.2 of a second. And it also makes the car even easier to drive. That's one of the great things about the Golf R. It's just as good at driving slowly as it is fast.
For around £800, you can get some optional adaptive suspension, and you should absolutely get it, because in race mode, yes, this car feels nice and firm for a racetrack. But in comfort mode, well, it just slackens everything off, and well, it's really very supple. You'd have no idea you were in a sporty car at all. And it also hushes the exhaust slightly so you don't draw too much attention to yourself.
However, some people do actually want to stand out. They want people to know their hot hatch is actually hot. And to some, they must have the hottest of the hot.
And if you're the kind of person who prefers to order the Vindaloo than the tikka masala, then yeah, you may be better off with the sharper, more in-your-face and more focused Ford Focus RS, because let's face it, this Golf R, it costs £31,000 and it is worth it, but to most people, it just looks like a normal Golf.
What they don't know is that this is a Golf which can mix it with much more expensive performance cars on a track. In fact, this is the only VW you can actually turn the stability control all the way off. Well, if you dare.
So then, overall, what do I think of the Volkswagen Golf R? Well, it is rather expensive for a car that to everyone else just looks like a normal Golf. Plus, there are hotter hot hatches available, but it's still great fun to drive and really easy to live with. Now, if you click up there, you can get more information and find out the best deal you can get on a Golf R at carwow.co.uk. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it and subscribe to our channel. And if you click on the video windows, you can watch our reviews of the Ford Focus RS and the Honda Civic Type R.